Hi, I'm Kenneth Brown at Trinity Episcopal Parish. We are so glad you are with us on this recording. We are so blessed. We worship in two beautiful buildings, Trinity Church and Old Swedes Church. We are part of Trinity Parish. And what's even better is we worship in two locations and we worship in two languages. So we are glad you're watching tonight. And we've got some of our friends, some of our parishioners. Fred Thomas, it's always nice to see you down there in Elkton. How did you come upon Trinity Episcopal Parish?
Thank you, Ken. It's a pleasure to be part of this Zoom. Well, even though I'm here in Elkton, the drive up to Wilmington is not very long. It's only a quick 20 minutes. But I was attending the Cathedral Church of St. John. And because of purposes, I've had to change churches. And I guess coming to Trinity was pretty much serendipity. I had tried other places, other churches, even the one or two that are close to Elkton. And the first time I came to Trinity, I was totally blown away by how friendly everybody was and how accepting, particularly Maureen and Jane. They introduced me around to everybody during the coffee hour, which I'm sorry we're not able to do right now. It's a great way to get to know people. And I left feeling that this was the place for me. So I was happy to come back. I'm not sure how many years ago that was. Who's counting years at this age? But I guess the main reason for coming back is how open the community is, how open everyone is at Trinity. They accept everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what your ethnic background is. It's just a great place to be.
And you have helped with our flower ministry too. I mean, you've been very instrumental in that.
Well, yeah, thank you, Ken. And it's been a pleasure, thanks to Ashlyn Bray, heading the Flower Guild. It's been one of the joys of being up at Trinity. I guess another reason why I keep coming back is that it doesn't matter what Sunday I go or what service I go, I always have something hits a nerve, and it causes, I'm kind of an emotional person, and it hits that emotional nerve, whether it be Terry's music selections for the service or Patty or Charles's sermons, or even just meeting friends that I hadn't seen for a while. It's just a really great place to come and to fulfill your inner religious necessary things. But it's just been a real joy.
Thank you, Fred. We're glad you're here. You could be anywhere and you're with us at Trinity Parish, so thank you. And now I want to swing over to Alberta and Jessica Martinez, who are a very big part of our Hispanic service, and it's so nice to see you. And Alberta and Jessica, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, how you discovered Trinity Parish?
Hey, how you guys doing? Well, I was brought to church at the age of 8. So coming from Mexico to the United States, it's the first church I ever came. I was introduced from family members, and I was basically brought for the family members, and I met the pastor there, and he got me involved into being an acolyte at a age of 8. So from there, I started learning, being in the family of church and feeling all the love from every single members. I was known as, from my age till now, everybody knows me there. The main reason why I stayed is because I got, like I said, I was young, got involved with youth group, got involved acolyte, went to summer camp. I think I had all the fun in church. So now, as I grow older, I want to get back to church and as well as God. So now I'm the musician I play the guitar in the Latino congregation. So that's my way of giving love to everybody as well as God. And I really love worshiping I always think that singing is, they say that singing is like a way of praying. So um, there was, those are the main reasons why, I stay in, church gave me that confidence and all the love. Well, that's my
Thank
story.
you, Alberto. And Jessica, your wonderful partner, she's there right with you.
Yes, and actually the first time I visited Trinity Parish was when the Spanish congregation was doing a fundraising for the church. And Alberto at the moment was my boyfriend, and they made me feel welcome. I stayed in church not only because I became part of Alberto's family, but because of the beliefs that the church shares with everyone, and it treats everyone equally. Trinity Parish is not just a church. Trinity is more like a home. By heart, the members of the church are like family, and they are a support in church and outside of church. The supports they can be by just listening to your problems and be there for you. They don't judge or discriminate either by sexual preference or race. They provide help and information to those in need. They also provide childcare, which most of the churches I have attended, they actually don't provide that. And they also have programs for the young adults, which can keep them out of trouble and occupied in learning. Being a member, and it's, oh my God, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. We love hearing your story. It's
So we as members do our best to help by making others feel welcome and participate in keeping traditions and introducing them to our new generations. Trinity Parish is open to new adventures, and the purpose of all is to keep God in our hearts.
That's beautiful, Alberta and Jessica. Thank you very much. And you know what? The other neat thing is families with young people and kids. We do that with families. So Leslie and Doug, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to Trinity Episcopal Parish?
Yes. Well, we moved here a couple of years ago from out of the area, and we were looking for a church. And one of the main things we were looking for was a church that had activities for young families and for our young daughter. And
oh yeah, Eleanor, do you love Waffles Church? And Sunday school?
yeah, so yeah.
Sunday school.
Well, but when we first came, we were attracted to the prospect of there being activities for kids, for little kids, and one of the activities that really helped with us was we went out to Ashland Nature Center for family fun time, and we had a blast out there, as well as the Waffle Church activities that took place that take place often, and but also with Terry's music, the choir, Patty, Charles, all the clergy. It is a welcoming and warm community.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And Leslie, you were involved with the social activity. You know, the fact that we get involved in our
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite parts is I'm on the Trinity Social Justice Committee, and Trinity really exists outside the walls of the church, showing up on the streets at places where there's been gun violence and supporting the communities. And that's one of my favorite things is that Trinity is really involved in the community.
Well, that's great. And we are so glad that each of you shared your stories. It's been, I was thinking as I was listening to this 30 years ago, a wonderful friend of mine was the rector, and he would say to me, Luis Leon was his name, he would say, "You've got to come to church because you can read." So I said, "All right, Luis," because I grew up in the Episcopal Church in Good Samaritan in Paoli, Pennsylvania, but I kind of got away from it. But it's been in my heart for almost 30 years. And I am just so glad that you are here. And as we come up on our stewardship campaign, hopefully you will continue, and all of our parishioners will continue to give back to the church that we love so much. And of course, with Thanksgiving coming up, we have a special service on Thanksgiving Eve that you'll be hearing about, and that'll be at Trinity Church. But again, it's so nice to see you, and just have a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving season. And I hear at Christmas, we're going to be doing a very special Christmas pageant too, which everybody can be involved with via Zoom. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you everybody, Leslie and Doug, Alberta and Jessica and Fred, for being a part of this. I'm Kennard Brown at Trinity Parish.